As the clock strikes 7, the vibes are alive. Inner circles here where voices thrive. Turn on your screens, let the magic unfold. Listening and healing as stories are told. Come on, come on, this is your time. No topics too tough, just heed the calls. From mental health woes to justice we seek. Together we rise for the strong and the meek. A safe space for all, let's lift every voice. Inner Circle podcast where hearts unite. Sharing our truths, bringing hope to the light. Community strong, we're never alone. Together as one, we've created a home. With laughter and love, we break down the walls. No topics too tough, just heed the calls. From mental health woes to justice we seek. Together we rise for the strong and the meek. A safe space for all, let's lift every voice. So join the conversation, let's set the tone. Inner Circle podcast where love is well known.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Inner Circle podcast. Today is Business and Finance Wednesday, and we are glad you could join us. Today is Wednesday, October 15. October 15. Man, the month is going so fast. So fast. So welcome to the show. I'm your host, Abe Kamara. I'm here with my regular co-host every Wednesday, Miss B. Miss B, welcome to the show.
Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's your girl, Miss B, minding the business that pays me.
And today we are talking about the hottest topic or the hottest gig, the hottest IT of AI business and the future of work. You know, who's getting left behind? Is there anyone getting behind? Are businesses getting left behind? Everywhere you turn, AI. You know, data centers, AI. So one of here on the Inner Circle podcast, one of those like, you know, how are businesses, small businesses, or even workers, right, adapting to this whole AI thing, or are we even adapting, or is it leaving us behind, or are we going to be left behind? You know, so today that's what we're going to be exploring on the Inner Circle podcast. So you can obviously put a comment in the chat or call our number 952-594-5154. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on X, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, LinkedIn, wherever you get your podcast. So then thank you so much for supporting the Inner Circle podcast, a growing platform. Miss B, man, it's like this whole AI frenzy, I call it like a year ago. I can't, you know, for me, I'm always last to to
To give in, to convert.
exactly to catch on to technology. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay,
I
what's
think
that
even
like?
technology, I think what
Because even
companies
even
here.
when I remember when Facebook came around, I was in college when Facebook launched in 2002. I did not all my years in college, right? I graduated 2006, but I didn't really bother with Facebook until it was hot when Facebook actually, you know, hit college campuses. It was it was the thing. I didn't adapt. I didn't bother with it until 2008. That's when I opened my first Facebook account. So I'm always linked to technology. So the point I'm trying to bring up here is that I mean everywhere you turn is AI. You know, Chat GPT. I mean even at work, you know, you a lot of my job we have Copilot. You know, a lot of companies have implemented Copilot. So it's like AI is everywhere. It's writing for us. What's your experience with AI so far?
AI is not new. If we think about spell
Oh
check,
yeah.
spell check's been around for a while. Right. So it's not like brand new. I think it's just more mainstream now. Has become a solution for time management. First of all, it saves me a lot of time writing emails. That's the main reason I'm using AI right now, right? So if you're getting an email response from me, it's more likely that I'm utilizing AI to write my email responses. And then I appreciate and I want to, at first I was hesitant. I was not, I'm like, AI, what do y'all need to stop? Machines. My thought process was AI was Terminator. Like was like the movie Terminator. I thought, you guys really think a machine is about to be doing the most for us and doing all this for us. And so I rightfully denied it and wasn't processing it, wasn't caring for it. But I started using this great tool, Grammarly, and loving Grammarly. I think I've been using Grammarly for almost 2 years now. Loving Grammarly. I appreciate Grammarly. And then I realized that Grammarly now can help me with my emails. Like it can improve it or whatever. And so I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then I'm learning about Fixer AI, which is the one that helps you to kind of really go through emails. And I swear, emails are my Achilles heel because I feel like too many emails come to me. My email box sometimes it can fill up to 400 if just in 2 days. If I don't pay attention to my emails, it fills up to like 400 emails. And so for me, I'm welcoming AI into my life, especially into my professional life. And I'm excited about what more it can do as far as problem solving around the back office, around my admin. I dread doing admin at work. And so I'm excited about AI.
So let me ask you though. Let me ask you this. So you don't use chat. I mean, I know government has been around, and I mean they incorporate AI and stuff like that. What they mean, I mean, is like the primary AI behemoth or the primary AI giant is ChatGPT. You don't use ChatGPT. It means every it is
Because
okay. It's like
other team members love ChatGPT. I'll be in a meeting with them and it's like, hold up, let me go to ChatGPT and ask. And she's like, I love ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT about everything. No,
ChatGPT is a new Google, baby. That's
yes,
a new
that's what,
that's a
and I was
it
gonna
gives
get there.
is a new Google on steroids. Okay.
Boy, is it on steroids, boy, because I'm telling you, the entire, like, my office is small. We're probably a team of like 10, 11 people. And out of those 11 people, maybe 3 of us are not into the whole AI thing, right? And so that just tells you, like, that's over 75% of our office or 80% of our office is using Chat GPT. And the reason why I don't Chat GPT, because I'm so quick to go to Google. So I need to start processing how Chat GPT
Man,
is so much
you,
better.
I
I'm
thought,
behind.
I'm always late to the game, boy. For
Yeah.
you, you are
I'm
way late to the game, okay? Because I mean, they have ChatGPT 5, man. That thing is a beast, okay?
I
It
mean,
is a beast. Anything you is a hey, man, just it's like just give it a command, just do me this, right? And to me, that's always this, especially like in our communities, are we because it's a subscription. I mean, it's a subscription. There's a ChatGPT, for individuals if you want it. It's a subscription stuff, right? I mean, you have to pay for the subscription. But as we
that's
discuss
why I
this,
don't use it. Because
well, as
it's
we
not
discuss
free like
now,
Google.
though, where they yeah, so yes, the rest go right. I mean, I like, especially folks in our community, or even like folks that cannot afford, are they going to be left behind? Because that is the way. That is the new way. That is where the war is going, right? It's like you have all these, companies investing heavily into AI. So if folks like you or others are not utilizing it, I mean, the fact is that you say, Grammarly is good. But ChatGPT, man, is like, as I said, Google on steroids. Okay. And then I mean, in the corporate world, a lot of folks have Microsoft Copilot.
No, I
Copilot is
use
a version.
Copilot. I love
Uh,
Copilot.
Copilot is a version of ChatGPT, but just like I mean, that's a corporate version, right? That's the
Again,
corporate version.
Microsoft is available to me, and so with all the tools that come with Microsoft for free,
Hmm.
you know, that's why I probably haven't gotten. I love Copilot. Like I don't do any presentations. I don't write anything anymore. I'm like, yes, change it, make it over for me. I love Copilot. So I'm excited about Copilot. I like I said, I think because I'm so used to Google, I'm gonna do Chat GPT, and honestly, I'm my job would pay for Chat is paying for Chat GPT basically, but I just haven't caught on to be using it. But now you got me something. I think starting next week, I'm going to get on and get in the game of Chat GPT. But like you said, who's gonna get left behind? Unfortunate. We talk about technology and the gateway to technology, and how the inaccessibility of, again, unfortunately, communities of color tends to keep us left behind, right? But I'm saying sometimes it's that education, like you taking the time tonight to educate our viewers, our folks, our base, about the importance of engaging in AI is a change, because there's a lot of subscriptions they're paying for that is not going to be as valuable as Chat GPT, and people just don't know how to use it or even know what it does, right? So I think that's what the left behind piece is not necessarily going to be cost, but it's the lack of education. Nobody's educating people on the importance of AI and connecting that to our daily lives.
Yeah. And folks, if you don't know what AI is, what it's artificial intelligence. It's basically the computer doing the human work times five. Is I mean, like imagine Abe Kamara, right? Times maybe 100. That's what the computer is doing, right? Because I'm like just a machine, right? The machine is putting out everything, right? Artificial intelligence putting out everything, anything you think about. And I mean, the point you brought up, how folks are not taking the time. It might not be so much about a subscription, but I would tell you, man, I would prefer like a ChatGPT subscription compared to Netflix or whatever. I'm telling you, I am telling you, right? Just for my own education sake, right? Because hey, it gives you it
I
it
will give
helps.
up my Prime, not Netflix, but I'll give up my Prime.
Okay,
I'm gonna give up
well,
Amazon Prime for Chat
well,
GPT.
I've said I'm not a movie person, so hey, so maybe that's why I call out the Netflix. But that's the I think especially the folks in our community, especially the minority community of folks, they should that is the future. That is the future, and like you've been hearing, oh, is AI going to take over our jobs? Is AI going to displace us? It's like, but that's the company that's going. The
Yeah.
company that investing hugely into this thing, right? It's like it is the future. There will come a
So
time.
what are they investing in? Let's help people, right? Be
Mhm.
understanding, because that is a real fear. If I'm thinking about the time in which AI can cut down my work, especially those of us in professional services. So when I talk about professional services, folks, I'm talking about people who work a desk job or a 9 to 5 type job, right?
Mhm.
And so if I'm here excited about how this AI, these features, subscription, whichever one you use, can cut down on my work activity or make my work, more seamless, that is a real concern. So when you say companies are investing heavily in AI, what exactly are they investing in? What
First,
soft?
they are investing in data centers, right? Data centers are those, where data centers are, these facilities that are, housing all of these machines, right? All of
Yes.
these gigantic machines. So companies everywhere, you hear like, oh, ChatGPT and, NVIDIA or Google investing 100 billion into data centers. So they are building all these huge data centers because data centers consume a lot of energy, right?
Mhm,
They are
mhm.
very energy intensive. So they are building all of these data centers everywhere. I mean, it is the new, like every state or every country, right? It's like like a Google or ChatGPT come and say, hey, we want to build a data center. Maybe it's like 10 billion, 15 billion, whatever. Things like that. So they are building all of these huge data centers, right, to host these machines, and then they keep training these machines to what anything you think about, anything a human can do. Because they're even building robots, okay, to manufacture. I mean, it's like to
Therefore,
manufacture stuff.
technology is not for the betterment of the world. Technology is for ending the
Well,
world. Because the idea that we have these data centers, these machines are consuming energy. They're consuming
oh,
natural
huge,
resources.
yeah, huge amount of
Yeah,
energy, huge
they're
amount of energy.
consuming a lot of energy, a lot of natural resources. To what end? To what end? The
Well,
human.
it's to make our life easier, Miss B. It's to make our life easier, and maybe and
No,
unfortunately,
it's
to
never to
displace
make our
to
life
displace
easier.
some of
It's
to
to make
displace some of
somebody's
us.
pockets fatter. I know we're here talking every week about growing businesses and growing wealth, but we need to be mindful. That's why you have social, what do they call it? Social entrepreneurs, right? You have B Corps for a reason, because to some extent, the ability to grow wealth can become harmful. It can become harmful, and it can infringe upon our quality of life.
Here you
Because
go again with your liberal take and
but
your
to what
non-profit and your non-profit stuff, right?
you are not an island. You are not an island. To what end will this not impact you as
No,
a
no, I'm
human
saying, look,
being?
the like the power, right? What I've experienced on my job with Copilot, okay, and what I've in my interaction, as I said, I'm late. I'll admit I'm late to the game of ChatGPT. It was just like a year or less than a year ago. I started, experimenting with ChatGPT. I said, "Whoa, where have I been?" Okay, so and to tell you, right, even in the finance world, right, is like those analytics things you used to do that used to take you like when you're trying to do some calculations or stuff or some analysis in Excel that would take you maybe like an hour or so. Copilot has cut that stuff down to like 5 minutes. Okay. So hey,
And that's a problem.
so
So
I
then
will
why do
admit
we
to you
exist as a human race?
what?
Why do we need to exist as the
Well, we
human race?
adapt though, right? We do adapt. I mean, these technology have come around. Technology will come around, right? I mean, like YouTube, right? YouTube, like a lot of folks learn how to build stuff because of YouTube, right? Folks will go on there, like they will, folks will teach. I mean, cooking class on YouTube, maybe teach you how to build a deck. It's like has YouTube. I mean, it just empower people to do more, right? As humans who do adapt. So I don't think I mean, there's that fear, but I don't think AI is
Adapting.
actually the
Yes,
AI is going to make us to work better
no.
and faster. Okay.
No. It's doing the work for you. That's not making you to work better.
But you still have to like, okay, you have to tell it to do it though, right? It's not just going to sit here and do the work. You have to tell, okay, you have to, I mean, there's this prompt. You have
And
to say,
so
hey, do X, Y,
therefore,
Z. Do
work
X,
that
Y,
would have
Z.
taken
Uh,
so this is the thing, right? We educate ourselves. I'm educated, you're educated. Put a bunch of 5 of us educated people, and sometimes it takes 5 of us, or maybe 10, 20, whatever amount of educated people to
mhm.
get the job done, to get one job done. And you're saying, you know what? AI is going to take away the need for those 20 educated people to get
Oh,
one
yeah,
job,
yeah.
and you don't see
Well,
the long-term problem with that.
no. These people they can be retrained to do something else, right? I mean, that's it. I mean, the education aspect
So
of it has to
my
evolve. The
PhD self,
education, the
my
education,
PhD
the
self,
education aspect
my
of it has to
PhD self
evolve.
is going to be retrained to do what now?
What?
If I've gone to school, educated myself up to a PhD level, I'm being
Uh-huh.
retrained to do what now?
Yeah,
And
you got
AI has
if
replaced
you
the
want to
job
if you
that
want to
I've educated
if you
myself
want to
to
keep
do.
being a if you want to keep being an employee, right? You have to probably like
It is
adapt and be the
still that
company.
simple. We have unemployment for a reason right now, and AI is going to increase that. Yes, you know what happens? Greed needs efficiency. And when I have efficiency, I need even more efficiency, because therefore will equal more money. That is what's driving all of this. It has nothing to do with for helping people
Are
to work
you
better or
sometimes sometimes, right? Obviously, you have my partner on this thing here. You have my co-host. Every Wednesday we'll discuss business and finance. But are you a business person? Because it's like it's like you talking
I'm a
about
business person. I'm a business person.
uh,
I'm a business person, and I'm a business person who wants to operate with
mhm,
I'm a people-centered business person. I'm a
okay.
people-centered business
Mhm,
person.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Recognize that when I create an entity, I'm problem solving for society. And in order to problem solve for society, I am centering that around my solutions around people, the people within my business and the people outside of my business. At the end of
That's
the day,
every business. I mean, every business, right? Every business is like you gotta.
no,
I mean,
no,
you gotta
no,
problem solve. You gotta
no,
problem solve for people. Oh,
no.
okay.
A lot of businesses
Uh-huh.
are not addressing problems in
I mean, what kind of problems you talking about? What kind
they're
of
not
problems you
problem
talking about?
solving, and including how they problem solve by being intentional around their staff, and being intentional not only to the the community, but the environment as well. And I think all of those things come together and make great, healthy, sustainable businesses. These things are going to cause real problems. The idea that Minnesota has 73 of these facilities, right? And already there's 73 facilities, but there's only 25 operators. So already the monopolizing is happening there, right? And when we talk about these facilities, people, we're talking about acres and acres of land. We're talking about ridiculous amount of energy. And at some point, all of this is thriving off of off the backbone of your sacrifices, of your blood, sweat, and tears. When I say you, meaning the consumer. So on one end, yes, there are some luxuries as a consumer I'm going to appreciate. There's luxuries as a employee and an employer I'm going to appreciate. But when we're looking at it all holistically, Abraham, it is a problem. It's an
No, it's not a it's
problem.
not a problem. It's not a problem,
It's
sister,
going to
right?
be it's a long-term problem.
You are putting your liberal hat on and also your nonprofit hat on, not a business hat tonight, but it's not going to be a problem. I think it's good for society. I think it's going to lead to enormous advancement. I mean, not only for the developed world, but even for the developing world and the underdeveloped world, right? So tonight, folks, we are discussing AI, business, and the future of work. Who's getting left behind? Is there
How is
anybody getting
AI?
left behind?
How is AI for the under? How is AI going to help the underdeveloped world?
Oh,
The
I mean, it's like these days everybody
economy.
has these days, like, I mean, I know you're on Facebook, right? It's like these people put out everyone is on, everyone is on, everyone is on, everyone has a smartphone and on social media these days. Especially, and sometimes you wonder, okay, do these folks in Africa or in other places, do they have anything to do? Because as soon as you log on to like this with Japan, so I mean, it's creating new opportunities though for people at that end of the world.
Say
It's
that in the
creating
same
new
breath you
opportunities.
said that people have anything to do. No, they don't have anything to do because it has taken over their jobs. So their only job right now is to be on social media.
No, but some of
No,
them are producing
exactly. You're
content. No,
excited about
they are
you're
producing content though. They are producing content. There are folks in
you
Africa
are
today that are
excited
producing.
about countries that have
Uh,
not created jobs. They have not created enough jobs for their population to have access to a tool that's going to eliminate the very minuscule jobs that they still do that they yet have. And we should be
that's
excited about that. Okay.
that's why these countries where their government or their people should invest in those. I mean, should invest in him. I
No,
mean, should,
invest in people. Invest
well,
in
yeah,
people.
yeah, they should invest in
Invest
people.
in
But
educating your people.
first of all,
Invest
I don't want to say here tonight, Miss B, and tell people that AI is going to take over people's job. No, no. I think AI is going to create more. It's going to lead to what? Better opportunity. It's going to create more jobs. That's the point of view I'm coming from. Your fear is it's going to displace people. It's going to leave so many people behind. It's going to take over people's job. I just don't believe it though, because I think this technology is going to lead to more opportunity for small businesses, for individuals, for workers. I mean, the opportunity is going to be endless.
no.
People just need to be retrained.
Mm,
Honestly, I mean, people just need to probably be retrained.
mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't
you,
look,
you know,
mark my words.
uh,
Opportunity is available when we are creating more companies that can employ people and keep people working.
but there are going to be more companies
There's
created.
advancement to what end? Like, to what end are we going to have? I mean, we've come so far from our forefathers, to be honest, right now. So humans are here, technology is here. The gap is this wide, right? Technology does not mean the advancement of people. It does not necessarily mean you as a person is advancing at the speed in which technology is advancing. Technology has left human society behind. That's the reality. When you have billionaires who their whole thing right now is how to create a whole new world on another planet because there's nothing else or new to create. So how do you keep, and the real question and people are avoiding is, how do we keep this society just continuing to happen? That's where the nuance is right now for me. Is like, how do we keep the existing of people to continue to happen? Right? How do we continue to be bringing babies into this world, right? Moving them through the trajectory of life, right? And continue that cycle to happen. Because what's happening is you're getting people to a place of, well, why should I want to be bothered, right? There's all this advancement in technology. I don't even need a partner anymore. You know, women don't want to have to interact with the male species anymore. You don't need them for that anymore, right? Um,
You try to bring all
they,
kind of
they
topics
have
that we have already
machines. They
discussed. We have
have
already
machines
discussed.
that
Okay,
women.
bro.
We were talking about it the other day. We have machines that can take the place of a partner.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
You know, and then
Ah,
therefore we're not reproducing. The reproduction rate has decreased in this country. You would think with this efficient technology and people having more times in their hand, they'll be giving birth to more babies. No, right? And so you have to look at this thing from a holistic point. What I'm excited about when we come on here to talk about business is how do we create more companies, right? And how do we create great companies that we can employ people and provide people livable wages?
okay. Well, I think maybe
Thank you, Mary.
no, I'll let you read. I'll let you read it. I'll let you.
Old school, I think AI is not good for society. It misleads, encourage scammers, involve your children to nonsense behaviors that are not good for our children. I agree with you, Mary. I do. I agree with you. We
Yeah.
are created to act and be active in this society, in this world. Human beings were born and made to be active and be creative and be innovative, right? To some extent, technology is going to decrease all of that, Abraham, and that's a long-term problem. That's
You
a
are
long
thinking, you are thinking backward, and respectfully, I would like to disagree with you and Mary. I don't think like look, everything in the there's there are good and bad to everything. There's good and bad to everything, right? There's I mean, the internet, technology, computers. They have been good for a while. I mean, for this world. I mean, for the human race. Is it? I mean, has it been all good? No. There have been a lot of
has
bad. There's
polluted
been.
our planet. It has caused
Do you
diseases.
know Miss B though, right? Just I mean, I know it's like just a couple of years ago, you and someone across the ocean could not really communicate at the speed as it is today. Today, right?
I can
Today.
barely send mails to Liberia.
Huh?
Why we bypass my ability to be able to send mails to Liberia?
Oh,
Yeah, all this technology. Why it takes so long for my packages to arrive?
but you don't need that anymore. I mean, why would you want to send out? I mean, what package are you sending?
What
What
do you
package are you
mean?
sending?
What?
Oh,
The
I
people
mean,
can
what
send me. We can
who's
send me my food, my dokum, my all my
Well,
little
that's
this and that.
that's. I mean, it's like your country, right? Or your native country doesn't want to, invest in the infrastructure that's needed for that to happen. So that I mean, we shouldn't go there, right? I mean, certain part of the world is still living in the stone ages, but that's not the point. That's not the point, right? The point here is technology is what is contributing immensely, to the development of the human race.
So at
You know,
some
there's
point in
there's
this
no
process,
denying that. There's no denying that.
we've gone far enough.
Okay.
That's what my argument is. We've done enough. We've gone far enough. We've made things to help be efficient enough, right? I love the fact that science, and that's the thing, science and technology, it's a double-edged sword, right? On one end, I appreciate, like heart monitors. I appreciate the advancement in heart monitors. I appreciate the advancement of other things that help people to live longer, to have more healthier lives, right? I appreciate the advancement in science and all those other things, but when it comes to the technology of creating inventions that make things more efficient and run more smoothly just for the greater good of net profit, that is the things that I have a problem with, Abraham, and
What
we
do you
don't
have
want
problem with? I mean, it's like make this make sense to me as a
to.
business person. Why do you have problem with profit making? I want to make as much profit as I can make. I mean, it's like if God give me the ability and the opportunity, I want to be richer than Elon Musk. Elon Musk is worth
Why was
$500 billion.
it, Abraham?
Okay, I want to be
Why was
two
it?
times richer than and the reason why we
Why
have the
was
business,
it?
wait. The reason we have the business and finance segment every Wednesday is to encourage folks, is to enlighten folks, right? The importance of what of finance and business, and how they can build generational wealth.
Yes,
I don't want to sit here any day, any time to say, hey, I'm against wealth building. If I have
I'm
the
not
opportunity,
against wealth.
if I have the
Don't twist my
ability,
words.
I want to
You
be I want to
Republicans
be
love to do that.
I want to be richer than
You do
Elon
it
Musk.
very
I want to
well.
be wealth. I want
You
to be
twist
wealth. I
words
want to be.
around. No, it was not said. It was not said.
Okay, go
Fake
ahead. Okay,
news.
go
Fake
ahead.
news.
Okay, go ahead and make. Because I tell you, I'm thinking. I'm sitting here thinking you're against wealth building. There's nothing. It's like maximization of profit. There's nothing wrong with it.
Wealth,
Anybody, folks who
wealth
go around
building
and say,
is
"Oh,
a
money is the
beautiful
root of,"
thing.
huh?
Well, wealth building is a big, great, beautiful thing that I am not against.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, now we get
I am
that clear.
let it be known today. I
Mhm.
am not against wealth building. It's a
Okay.
great, big, beautiful thing.
Mhm.
Um, I am against corporate greed, and to the extent of you want to you're in favor of creating more data centers because that's what's going to happen,
Oh
which is
yeah.
going to cause some environmental harm. It could be a matter of a data center versus housing to an extent. If you will see more data centers than you will see available housing. We have problems building housing for people, but we don't have no problem building a data center, right? There's always going to be money to build a data center, whereas we don't have
Well,
problem. We don't have money
because
to
it's bringing in revenue. It's bringing in revenue, right? It's subsidizing your tax base. It's going to subsidize. It's going to help with your tax base.
but people can subsidize my tax base.
No, no, no.
People
I don't.
owning homes
I
can do
don't want anybody raising my taxes.
it,
I have told you many times. I don't like paying taxes. I don't want anybody raising my
but it can
taxes.
do two things. There's various types of housings that need to be generated. There's mortgage and there's renters, and they both add to a tax base. Again, when I'm talking about people-centered solutions and businesses, a business should be thinking about how do I increase the economy of the city? How do I increase the wealth of the individuals, right? And not necessarily depending on increasing the wealth for the greater good of more net profit from the business. Because we realize, and honestly, maybe this could just be coming from your political policy of or ideology of that trickle down effect. You're saying this is great. Companies are investing in AI. This is going to be great. Companies will make more money because things will be running so efficiently, right? And eventually companies will do what? What we're hoping they're going to do with that money. The more money companies make, we're hoping what's going to happen.
Reinvest
Reinvest in who?
people and technology. People. I mean, this company is hiring. I mean, it's like, look, the fight is going to say here, right? What AI has done, okay? As I said, things that used to, it has made it easier, right? Even for small businesses, right? Let's take it here because for me, right, when we come here, like, for the mom and pops, shops, things that if they have, if those small businesses adopt AI, things that used to take them maybe like five. I don't think, right? Even if you as a small business you adapt, yeah, there might come a time you might not even need a CPA, right? I mean, AI, AI will probably do AI will probably do that for you, right? You
See,
can
for
call
every time you bless AI, you are taking a job away, and then you have to laugh. You
they
see,
need to be retrained. Some folks need to be some people need to be retrained, right? And that's gonna
what are
happen.
you going to reach for your
Technology,
accountant to do?
technology,
When the whole work of the accountant there is to do what? Track the money. And if you're saying AI can do that, what are you retraining the accountant to do? And there's a lot of years of schooling and certifications that people pay for and build fantastic businesses that employ people, that can now, create generational wealth. So what are you retraining an accountant to do? Abraham, what are you retraining a surgeon to do? Because at some point, these things going to be doing heart surgery.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely, right,
What
definitely.
do you retrain a surgeon to do?
Oh, hey,
You
go
see, there you
do
go.
do different, do differently. Don't be a surgeon. But anyway, folks, today we are discussing AI business and the future of work. Who's getting left behind? I mean, is AI going to take our job? Is it going to displace all of us? But anyway, I'll let you flow with Mary tonight. I'll let you take this on me because
The
you're Mary
human
on the team today.
society is going to get left behind by technology. Where did Elon Musk get his money from? I'm thinking it's cloud money he's playing with. What do people call cloud money? Cloud money in the internet? Isn't it coin? What is it? Bitcoin?
Bitcoin,
What is
nah,
that?
yeah,
Something currency. What do they call it?
cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. There you go,
Mm,
Mary. It's called
yeah,
cryptocurrency.
no,
And you're
that's not.
right. The $300 billion that Elon Musk has
No,
is not.
500 billion. Don't
Oh
disrespect the
wow.
man.
The,
500 billion dollars.
that man
Don't
every
they respect the
every
man?
day that man money grows by 100 billion. The
Don't
500
they?
billion dollars that Elon Musk is worth is
Uh-huh.
not all monetary. Let's be um you
The
know
majority of the
uh,
majority all of his wealth are held in his companies.
yes,
Number one Tesla. Tesla stock.
yes.
Right now it's on
Which
fire. It's on
he
fire.
he he
And
did
then he
not
own.
create anything. Let me tell you, Mary, Tesla is not his creation. The person
Oh,
named Tesla is the one who created the car. Elon Musk has just been a good investor. None of his businesses are his own idea or his own born creations, right? He came from wealth, and as a wealthy man, he took the wealth of his family, which how they got their wealth is another liberal conversation for another day that Abraham is gonna not want me to have. So we're gonna just put that to the side. He took the wealth of his family and he invested in all these companies and these businesses and these ideas of other people, and therefore he has monopolized on it and has become very, very wealthy to be the richest man in the world. And and to show you, what do you do with a lot of money? You just reproduce. You get to decide who you're going to reproduce with. You get to decide what those babies' genetics are going to be made up. That's what he's doing. He's just creating the population that he wants to exist in this world. He wants to create a whole new world. And
again,
so and
go
and
ahead. Go
and
ahead.
so back to the little people. I think our show is here about these mom and pop shops. It's not about the Elon Musk and the Jeff Bezos, because that way of being, at some point everything hits its ceiling, and maybe we may not be around to see it, but it is going to happen. All that stuff is going to blow up, and we'll start back all over again.
Well, hey, I don't know, right? As I said, I love my co-host. I love my partner every Wednesday. My business partner. Finance. We come here and discuss finance, right? But I keep wondering, right? Her liberal orientation, like, make her to hate business people, make her to hate innovators, make her to hate entrepreneurs. It's like I've been thinking, like, man, maybe it's like Miss B, Elon Musk is a genius. Okay, Elon
He's
Musk is
not
a
genetically. He's not.
Elon Musk is a
He
genius. Okay,
doesn't have a
and
high
they do
IQ.
they do anything
Biologically, he's not.
anything
He
he
has
touches
not been.
anything he
He has
touches
not
becomes
been
gold.
labeled a genius.
It,
You have to put things in context. He's a good
anything he touches becomes
investor.
gold.
He's a great investor. He's a great
Okay,
business investor. I
okay.
would say today's he's one of today's best. Besides being the wealthiest man in the world, you don't get there, with just happenstance, you guys. No, let's all joke aside. It takes planning, it takes intentionality, it takes focus, right? And that's the difference between all of the successful businesses and the not so successful ones. Is it takes intentionality, it takes great planning, it takes years, right? Because um Jeff Bezos started Amazon at age 30. So I read recently, he was giving advice to Gen Zers, and he says, I advise you, go to school, get a degree, work for the company first, have that foundation before you go and start your own business. The idea that you have the the Bill Gates, and you have the Mark Zuckerbergs, those are rare incidents where you have people who have dropped out of school and are now billionaires, right? Those are one off. But if you look through the history of wealth and money, that foundation was there through either education or working in an industry for a long period of time, gaining the experience, gaining the knowledge, watching somebody else run a business and, start a business, run a business, and then going from there and starting something new. Jeff Bezos owned Amazon for how many years before she said, you're welcome, Mary. Jeff Bezos owned Amazon for 20 years. He didn't become a billionaire overnight. And I think that sometimes we think that I'll start today. I have a great idea. I'm going to get rich overnight. I love to put things in perspective and bring people down to the beginning. And when I even talk about us creating generational wealth, Abraham, is not wealth that you and I will see today. It's wealth that our generations to come will be able to enjoy and benefit from, right? So what we do from now in the next 20 years will be for the betterment of our children and their children.
Definitely, I mean, I do agree with you on that aspect. We are not sitting here to say, hey, it's like we want to change for here, right? The reason why we created this segment every Wednesday, business and finance, is to enlighten, educate our people on you gotta you gotta maybe invest, you gotta put it, and sometimes it's a time investment. Talk about what consistency. In most cases in our community, when we start something, we don't end it, right? Is that we don't have that consistent mindset. I'm glad you brought up the Jeff Bezos, right? Is like when we start something, once it get difficult or once it become harder, we quit. Oh man, it's like, or maybe like I can't do it anymore. I don't have the bandwidth, or I'm not making any money. You might establish a business, right? You might not even be breaking even for years. You might have to. I mean, the Elon Musk that my guest may be bashing here tonight. There was some point Elon Musk almost went bankrupt, right? But he stuck to it. He stuck to it. He stuck to his craft. It's the consistency. So I'm not sitting here to say, hey, yeah, you can build wealth overnight, or we don't come here every Wednesday and say, hey, you can build wealth overnight. You know what I mean? It require, like, everyone I know will tell you. Bill Gates will tell you. Zuckerberg will tell you. It takes consistency. It takes hard work. It takes. I mean, even recently, right, when Elon Musk decided to venture into politics, what happened? His businesses were taking a hit, and his board and investor other things they do. Get your act together, man. You know what I mean? And stuff. It's like, don't mess with our business and things like that. So it takes focus, it takes consistency, it takes hard work, and that's something sometimes you don't find in our community, right? And that's why we lack generational wealth. You don't find that, I mean, you don't find out a lot. So I'm not sitting here to say, hey, it's gonna be easy. You can just do it overnight, you can build wealth overnight. No, it takes hard work. And I think, though, the other thing too, I think AI is actually going to make it easier for all of us, to build
So
to to build wealth.
I've
I
been
think it's
having
good.
a lot of so I've been having a lot of conversation around standard operating procedures. And
Hmm.
so what I realized that, and into Abraham's I can agree with him. This is how you, as a sole proprietor, can grow your team. The idea is not now, oh, I don't have employees and I'll save money if I never hire anybody else and I'm the only one working in the business. No, 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 no. Because even the companies that are spending hundreds and billions of dollars on AI, they still know they're going to need to have a team. So if you're a sole proprietor and you're the only one working in your company, don't look at AI to problem solve around your ability to afford a team, to afford to hire people, because you still need to be doing that. AI can put in standard operating procedures to prepare you for hiring a team. So when we talk about procedures, we mean how does the work gets done every day in your business. And if you're a one-man show, work getting done means that you are the finance department, your HR department, you're the admin, you're the operations, you're the sales, and you're the person doing the service, whatever the service may be. So you're doing the job of probably 6 to 8 different departments. The typical departments of each business, every company has at least 5 departments, typical 5 departments that they have. And so you being the only employee, you're working all 5 of those departments. How does AI come and help you? AI can be great for your HR. AI can be great for your financing, right? It can help you in all these 5 different departments. But the main thing I want you guys to look into AI tools for is to create procedures for your business, for your operations. Even if it's you come in the morning, you open the door to the store, right? You open the door, you open the register, right? You turn the lights on. Those are things you want AI to capture and put in a book so that when you hire employees, you don't have to take away from you doing the service that you were doing, but now you have something there that your employees can go and sit and listen to and learn from to teach them how to come and help you. Those are some of the great ideas, I think, and great benefits that I'm looking into for AI as I'm providing business consultation to businesses.
Okay, okay, that's good. Well, folks, tonight we are discussing AI, business, and the future of work. Who's getting left behind? Our folks getting left behind. We are hearing, hey, AI is going to take all of us job. Hey, that's what Miss B believe, but I don't think so. I don't think I don't think it's going to take our job. It's going to make us efficient. It's going to increase productivity. It's going to just make the world a better place. I think, from my own, that's my personal opinion, folks. That's my personal opinion. But to Miss B point, right, small businesses can really benefit from this thing, right? Can really, really benefit from this thing. It can give you, I mean, like you talk about your email earlier. I don't even think you should be going through that 400 emails. Just as I told you, I mean, I know you say you have Grammarly, right? But I'll tell you, try ChatGPT, man. You will.
I'm about to
Okay.
try it starting Monday. Seriously, I'll
Okay.
let you know. A
And
Monday
the
night,
folks
I'll let
listen,
you know.
to everyone listening, oh yeah, if you, I know it's a subscription, it's a subscription. Okay, if you can afford it, fine. But even, I mean, most people in our community can afford this thing because hey, we can go to Jumbo, we can, or some of us can do so many other things. It's only, I think the subscription is about $20 or $19 or whatever. Try it. You will be amazed. You will be amazed. And it can educate you, right? As I said, it's Google on steroids. Back in the day, or even up to date, right? You can go and search things on Google, ChatGPT, or I mean, if you're in a corporate world, Copilot, it's like these AI tools, they are Google on steroids. You ask that thing anything, you say, hey, do this. It's gonna come over answer. You say, whoa, I didn't know you're this smart.
So, since we're talking about Chat GPT, I just wanted to provide our audience with some more research. So they
Okay.
have a free, they have a plus, and they have a pro. So the free $0, of course, monthly, and then plus $20 a month, and pro is $200 a month. So which subscription do you have, Abraham?
I have the plus. I don't. The pro is for the business. The pro is for the
Okay,
businesses. The
okay.
200 I want you talk about is for business. I mean, I don't. I have a side hustle. I don't have a business. I have a side hustle. You have to let folks know. Okay, I have a side hustle. I don't have a business, so I can't afford plus $200. But I have the one that can make my job easier, right? Can is like I said, like folks, I still work. I do 9 to 5. Okay, and then I have my side hustle, right? So on my own, I use ChatGPT. In the corporate world, I use Copilot, and both of these tools, I mean, Copilot is just a version of ChatGPT in the corporate world because Microsoft is an investor in OpenAI, and
Mhm.
so they developed a special version for the Microsoft product, so they are using it. Every corporation now, all of the big corporations, they have. Some of them have ChatGPT and some of them have Copilot, especially if they can afford it. But if you have Microsoft suite of products, you most likely use Copilot. But if I have to choose between Copilot and ChatGPT, I'll go with ChatGPT any day. Any day. I mean, it's like Copilot, I think it's mainly because businesses don't want to release that thing, right? They don't want to, I know it can do more, but they don't want to, they are afraid because if they unleash if they let their employees use like the powerful version, man, I think geez, it's powerful, Miss B. I mean, I think it really has the ability, especially for small businesses where we come here every Wednesday, trying to encourage businesses to, as you said, right, like, adapt, standard operating procedures, find ways to grow their business, find ways to be creative and innovative and things like that. So I think for small business it's good, but man, I think it's powerful.
Yeah, and so even like I was logging to GoDaddy for our business. We use GoDaddy, and I realized that GoDaddy even can do you can create a calendar for your social media posts. You can schedule it ahead of time. So these are some of the things that technology as a whole, right? It advances your ability to run your business efficiently, right? So I welcome technology, folks. That to prepare you guys to do your business efficient, because when we talk about back office, these are the things that you do to run the business that don't require you to be in front of the customers or working with the customers. And most
And that's the
successful
and that's the hard work. That's the hard
that's
work.
the hard work. And so what most successful companies are doing is trying to limit how much of their staff time is being spent doing this back office stuff, right? As again, if you're sole proprietor, you're the only one working in your business, you're doing the front office, which is attending to customers, doing the sales, and the back office stuff, right? Which is all that administrative things that I talked about. And so that's where you want to find out what different software, what different web forms, there are benefits to having Square. I know people are talking about having Square and the cost as a merchant for people to be sliding their credit cards, but Square does a lot of bookkeeping help for you. Square does a lot of customer retention management. So they keep a database of your customers. Square, that's what they're doing for you. They're keeping that database. And what's important about you keeping the database about your customers, with them doing that back end for you is that they can send those text messages out for you to sell, to send coupons or sales or ads. So if you're having if you're investing in all this technology, you're hitting multiple different pain points as far as reaching out to your customers and increasing your sales. So these are some of the value that you will find in updating your technology. It costs, and it's painstaking, because when you get technology, you yourself as a user needs to learn how to use it, and then you have to teach your team how to use it. You'll find that Walmart is one of the last people to change their POS system. Like, I know right now the Brooklyn Park Walmart is getting remodeled. But even big corporations, as much as they love technology, it can be a cumbersome thing to bring it on and teach your team how to use it. But in the end, it's all about being more efficient. And I do want to encourage you guys, regardless of all the things that I've said here tonight, I want to encourage you guys to get technology in your businesses to make you more efficient so that you can scale and grow.
And before I bring Mary comment on here, she put a comment here. Before I bring that up though, right? I just want to stress that the reason why most our businesses don't grow, we are refusing to adapt technology.
Yeah.
Some people like even come on Excel spreadsheet. I mean, back in the day, Excel then where they hack technology, right? Folks, it's like, but look, I know it might be what Miss B says, $19 or $20 under the pro for the chat GPs or whatever you can get. Get that stuff. It's worth it, especially as a small business owner. Don't say, "Oh, I can't afford it." You can more than afford it.
$20 a month, you guys can afford
As
it.
a business person, there's nothing. There's especially something that's going to help you, grow your business, or going to help you to take your business probably to another level, right? Don't say, "Oh, it is I can't afford it." You should invest in things that's going to grow your business, because that's the reason why we don't grow. Honestly, in business in our community, the reason why we don't grow because we are not willing to adapt, we are not willing to innovate, we are not willing to bring on new technology, and sometimes I mean the Miss B point earlier again, we don't even want to hire people. So I can do it by myself. If you can do it by yourself, you're not going to grow. You're just going to make by yourself money.
I love that. You're gonna make by yourself money. That's
Yeah,
true.
you're big by yourself, buddy. You're not gonna go. But okay, Mary said, someone introduced her to Chat GPT. Mary, we'll put in the chat, the correct spelling, for you. But man, what everything they told you plus more, that's what it does, right? So try it, get it. Is
He's right.
everything your
He's
everything your
right.
friend everything your friend told you plus more. You can tell it anything. It's going to do it for you. It will answer your question. If you tell it, I mean, anything. There's a danger to it, though, right? Let's go in all fairness. Right now, there's a family in one of those states. They are suing OpenAI, the company that developed ChatGPT. They are suing OpenAI because they say ChatGPT made their son to commit suicide. Okay, because the kid was having an intimate conversation with with ChatGPT. Conversation, conversation with ChatGPT, right? It's like anything you tell that to your ask that stuff.
Jobs and eliminating friendships.
You
Had he
anything
been
you
able to
ask,
talk to a person,
anything you ask, it's gonna
a
tell you.
person. That's what I'm saying. Technology can only go so far. It can never replace us. And I think ultimately that's what people are trying for it to do. It may.
No, it's not going. It's not going to replace anybody, and that's the fear. The fear is not the fear. The fear is not real. The fear is not real.
Yeah,
It
this
just
unfortunate incident
oh no, yeah, yeah.
is a reality
Mm-hmm.
of why it's not possible. But the powers that be, the big boys, that's where they sit in their cigar room and they think about, oh man, there will be a day when we'll be like the Jetsons, right? We'll be driving cars, carless drivers, which we already have carless drivers. We have cars on the road that are driving themselves.
I mean, you are a Phoenix girl. You are in Arizona. That's why all over Phoenix on the West Coast. In Phoenix and San Francisco, you just sit in a car. It drives you. It's technology.
And it's
It
actually
drives.
cheaper than a Lyft or Uber. You know
Yeah.
why it's cheaper than the Lyft and Uber? Because it's driverless,
Yeah.
eliminating people's side hustles. So
It needs to be eliminated. Uber and Lyft needs to be eliminated.
for every blessing, there's a disappointment sometimes. We're
Mm.
blessed with this technology, but there's some disappointments to it. And so, yeah, I was gonna tell her an example of what it can be for. Like, if you're a single mom and you have a male son who wants to learn how to tie a tie, Chat GPT can help you with that, right?
Right.
Anything, and I think what is probably doing better is better than YouTube and Google, right? Its response time and its ability to give you the information is probably more clear and more in depth, and it's probably faster, right? So those are some of the good things about it. Is it going to save somebody who having a heart attack? Hopefully, I don't know. Can it be that good? No, I don't know. So those are the things.
The one caveat, the one caveat that I will tell you, even in a corporate world, now, you have to give it the right prompt. And that's, I mean, you have to give it the right prompt. Every time you say, "Hey, can't kill me," you're gonna come.
I rest my case, people. I rest
You
my
have
case.
to give it. Let me just give people that caveat, right? If you haven't used AI, especially like the one, like in the consumer space right now, right? You have to give it a rep. Even in the corporate, you can't, like, if I'm trying to do some analysis in Excel, I can't just maybe throw my spreadsheet into Copilot and say, "Hey, run with it." No, it's garbage in, garbage out,
So
right?
can you tell ChatGPT how to get rid of my boyfriend? I wonder.
Oh, oh,
So I wonder. I
oh,
wonder if
it would
ChatGPT
look, it will show you
how to get away with murder.
10 different ways. Any way you want it, it will show you 1 million different ways. And the best, it would, at the end of the day, would tell you, that, I think I recommend this. Now it's up to you if you take my
And
recommendation
it
or
said,
not.
I recommend this is the best way to get away with murder.
Exactly. Well, I'm not talking about murder here,
This
right?
is a
But,
foolproof plan of how
but,
to get away with murder.
but
You
but it
like
will tell you, hey, I
so
recommend this.
who do we blame for the crime then?
Well, look, first of all,
Why somebody commit murder and blame ChatGPT?
technology is becoming a way, right? I'm glad you brought this up, right? I mean, we talk about driverless car, like Waymo. There's drunk driving or DUI something here, right? So if you take a Waymo, okay, if you take if you, if you or maybe that's to forget about Waymo, right? The driverless car, right? That's it, like I mean your individual car, driverless car. You take it, you put in your home address and stuff like that. You are wasted. Basically, you're wasted. You get in the driver's seat, and maybe for some reason that car malfunction and crash. Whose fault is it? Okay, is it the technology or the
That
individual?
part. You see? That part.
Okay, okay.
That
So
part.
I mean, technology is going to. There's always those ethical things that will come up, but hey,
And,
I mean,
but
there's a business show. I mean, there's a business show. There's a finance and business show. Not so much about trying to create opportunity to build wealth, generational wealth. Again, we should have not. I will leave the ethics to the ethics expert, but hey, this
who
thing is
knew
good.
AI could take us down this? Can
you
you
know,
use it on
I
video?
think you can use it. Yeah, maybe you can use it for anything. I mean, you can use it. I think you can use it for anything. Though. I don't. It does have video version.
It does. It does have
Yeah.
video.
Mhm.
It says it's standard and advanced voice mode with video and screen sharing.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, it has everything. As I said, it's Google on steroid. If we used to just go in Google, no, 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 no one, no. I mean, to be honest with you, no one uses Google anymore.
No, but Google's coming out with Gemini.
Google has its own, yeah, but I
Yes.
think I mean it's just like there's certain technology, right? If you give me a Samsung versus an iPhone, I'll take an iPhone any day. That's the same thing. So if you give me a ChatGPT versus a Gemini, I would take ChatGPT, right?
You do
It's
not
like
want to have this Android versus iPhone because you will get trumped. You will get trumped. The
if you give me an
only
iPhone
about
versus
the
a Samsung,
iPhone is the
if you
OS
give me an
system,
iPhone versus a
the
Samsung, I would take
high.
an iPhone any
And of
day.
course,
So,
the single man would take the iPhone because he'll be able to hide stuff from his girlfriends.
oh, you see, I think
That's
you want.
all you iPhone users like iPhone for. And at the end of the day, we Android people say, who are we hiding from? I'm not hiding from anybody. I don't have nothing to hide. So I don't care
Okay,
for that OS system that
okay,
iPhone has. Your ability
okay,
to
man.
hide from the
Sometimes
government, to hide from your wife, hide from your girlfriend, hide from your partner.
you be doing some shit that belongs on the Friday segment on the
I don't even
Friday.
have. And
On
my
which
phone doesn't even have the face identification thing to open.
That's what I'm just saying, right? If you give me an iPhone versus a Samsung, I'll take an iPhone any day. It's the same way. If you give me the option of ChatGPT versus a Gemini, give
And
me
then people,
ChatGPT.
let me tell y'all. So the iPhone user, they'll have the phone print, and they'll have the face, the eye
It's,
cornea,
yeah.
everything.
I mean, it's like the it's the security of it, right? I mean, even FBI could not break or cannot break into that phone. That's the whole thing, right? FBI had to basically, force
Even the
Apple to.
FBI not coming after you. You hiding from the girlfriends, hiding from the wives.
Okay, no comment, no comment to that.
So ask
No,
ChatGPT what's the best phone to use.
it will tell you iPhone any day,
If
iPhone
I
any
if
day.
I will ask ChatGPT if I want to keep up my player lifestyle, what is the best technology to use?
Whoa, whoa.
Anyways,
Anyway,
back to the business. Back to the
yeah.
business.
Anyway, folks, this is a 1 hour show, but we've been having fun with AI. I said try AI though, right? Tonight we have been discussing AI business and the future of work. Who's getting left behind? It's possible a lot of people might get left behind, right? There might be, especially in those factories. I mean, robots might be, doing the on the assembly line, doing those things, right? Robots might be doing the janitorial work. Who
So, what do
knows?
you want those people to do? Do you recognize when you have too much of your population that is sitting around idle with nothing to do? That's when crime
We it has
increases.
technology has always come around. They are reaching people, Miss B. That's not a fear. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to the idea, right? Even the great minds, right? The two guys that just won a Nobel Prize for economics, right? It was basically like because of their work with AI. They said like the fear around AI, that the idea that people believe or think that AI will displace people or take away jobs is it's not real. It's not going to happen. It's just going to create more opportunity. It's just going to more opportunity for jobs. So
We never.
I don't want us sitting here tonight on this segment, on this business and finance segment, and say AI is going to. I'm just saying, right, some of it, some of it's not just going to happen because I mean, if I can pay someone $20 to clean, I mean, to maybe manufacture something, if a robot can do it, why not?
Oh yeah, take away grocery shopping. Take away doing laundry. Take away cooking. Take away
No, no,
cleaning.
no. Cooking. I mean, cooking is not gonna go away.
AI is gonna cook your pan butter. Don't worry. Take away.
Nah. You see, there are
If it
certain things
knows the
AI,
recipe, if AI
huh?
knows the recipe,
Nah. You
you
see,
don't
there are
trust
certain
AI to cook.
that no, there are certain things I don't trust AI to do for me. I tell you, if you try that thing, for folks that haven't tried, try GPT or whatever, you try that thing, you'll be afraid. So, man, this stuff is smart. And it can get to know you too, though, right? The more you
Exactly.
interact with it, the more you interact with it, it gets to know you like, you say, whoa. So be careful everything except you want things that you wanted to really know about you. Okay. If you
Like
don't,
seriously, like our GPS is AI, you guys,
oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
that getting to know you. So to leave my house, there's two options. But now my GPS realized I don't use the way that it had been built to direct me. It doesn't even bother to take me that way anymore. It takes me the way that I go now. So I'm like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it just naturally takes me the way that I go, and so it does learn you. Again, that's why I'm saying it limits having a partner, because we were talking about this when I went out of town, and my friend was telling me how her whatever, I don't know if it's Alexa, whoever it is, has mastered her friend so much that it keeps her company now. It's actually has become her partner. And so therefore her friend told us, oh girl, I don't need a man anymore. According to my whatever, I forgot what the thing is. That her I don't need a
You trying to bring a topic back that we already did. Miss B, I don't want to get into that tonight,
because
right?
you
Because
said it masters you. The
it
idea,
does. It
and it
does.
becomes a partner. So basically it's mastering you to learn and know you more than your partner would. A human being would know you.
You can like if it like just I'll leave folks with this, right? If you interact with ChatGPT maybe like for a month, let's say the whole October, right? Everything you maybe type stuff in there, you ask, and you do this, maybe you document your days and stuff like that. Maybe you do a journal, and just say that I end the month, just say, you know what, summarize my month. you'll be amazed what that stuff would do. I mean, you'll be it's like it will bring up stuff. You say, whoa, really? Really? And they give you idea to say how can you improve or do better, right? Or how
I like that.
oh, I mean, I said,
I like that part.
you
I
know,
want to learn how to be more efficient. Me, the human being, can be more efficient. Not
exactly. That's
necessarily
it.
more
That's
using
the
other
excitement.
technology.
That's the excitement about it, right? I mean, for me, I'm looking at the positive side. In everything, there's always the good and the bad.
Yeah.
If you look at it from the
What my
positive, from the
weaknesses is and how to strengthen it. Yeah.
exactly, right? It's like, I mean, how can I be a better, I love to procrastinate, right? It's like, okay, how can I not procrastinate? It's like if I say I'm going to do this, do it, and I say, oh, I'm doing later, later. No. So it's like, as you experiment with that stuff, you say, you know what? It show you give you a few pointers. Okay, you know what? I think you can do this to become more efficient or, to not procrastinate or whatever. So that, I mean, it's great. If you haven't tried it, try it. And to other folks out there, try technology, man. Don't listen to Miss B. It's not going to take away your job.
No.
Learn it, adapt, learn it and adapt because that's the future. No matter whether whether you educated, you don't like, whatever it is, right? Adapt, learn it, because you don't want to. I think those that are going to be left behind are folks who are afraid of adaptation, who I think, oh, I don't need that. Oh, it's not for me. It's for the educated people. It's for the other people. No, there's no other people. It's for all of us.
I agree with you, Abraham, to some extent.
Okay.
We agree to disagree
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
that's
And
it.
so, my last thought is I'm going to try chat GPT, everyone. Chat GPT.
Yeah,
And I will let you guys know how it goes. I'm gonna start using it effective Monday, October 20th. I'll use it for a month and we'll see.
definitely, definitely. So anyway, this is a 1 hour show. My girl Miss B and I we've been having fun. She's my co-host every Wednesday, business and finance co-host. But for some reason, the idea she hate wealth. The idea she likes it. you know. But anyways, it's always fun. When we can agree to disagree and have fun with it. Though. But again, AI business, the future of work. Who's getting left behind? Miss B, your last word to folks out there.
Don't get left behind, folks. Invest in technology, and ultimately, invest in yourself to be more efficient. That's at the end of the day. That's what I want people to take away from here. Invest in yourself to be more efficient, and when you are more efficient, then you're able to grow your business and continue to scale and be successful.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, right? Invest in your business, invest in yourself. Don't say, oh, it's not for me, it's too expensive. Anything that's going to make you rich and successful is expensive, right? Business is not cheap. Running your business is not cheap. So don't
Mm-mm.
say, oh, it's for the other people. My business can't afford it. Yeah, business can afford it because it's going to make you productive. It's going to make you efficient. And so, folks, that's it tonight, man. It was a fun business segment. When we bring these topics, sometimes we wonder, God, is it going to catch on? But it took a whole life of its own. So it's a fun segment tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow for another fun one. So good night, everyone. You have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
In a circle podcast where